fun-loving, caring, enthusiastic, and creative. That is how I would describe the individuals at the Friendship Home. Lovingly referred to as the kids, they enjoy activities, hanging with their friends, and they love to make people laugh. But the kids at the Friendship Home are a little different than you and I. They are all developmentally disabled, most with Down syndrome. In order to understand the basis of the Friendship Home and why it exists, it is important to first take a look at Down syndrome from a genetic point of view. In the early 1900s, John Langdon, superintendent of an asylum in England, described a group of children physically distinct from others with mental retardations. Without much regard for the ethnic insult it evoked, Langdon referred to these children as Mongoloids for their resemblance to early people from Mongolia. In 1960, the name was changed to Down syndrome, before later becoming referred to as Down syndrome or simply Downs. In the 1930s, two independent scientists, Wardenberg and Blair, speculated that this physical discrepancy was caused by chromosomal abnormalities. However, it was in 1959 that Jerome Lejeune and Patricia Jacobs described a triplication of chromosome number 21 to be the cause of Down syndrome. Between 1959 and 1962, the two other main causes of Down syndrome, translocation and mosaicism, were described. 95% of Down syndrome cases result from a trisomy of chromosome number 21, leaving an individual with extra genetic material in the form of 3 copies of number 21 instead of the normal 2 copies. For an individual with Down syndrome, the journey to trisomy begins during meiosis. Non-disjunction occurs and one chromosome pair does not divide, sending the complete pair to one spot. When one abnormal gamete combines with one normal gamete, the resulting fertilized egg has 3 copies of a chromosome. 90% of the abnormal cells are eggs, and although the cause of the non-disjunction error in female gametes has yet to be pinpointed, it is definitely connected with maternal age. Not all cases of Down syndrome are the result of 3 full copies of chromosome number 21. In fact, 3 to 4% of cases are due to a Robertsonian translocation, where 2 breaks occur in 2 different chromosomes, typically number 14 and number 21. The genetic material rearranges on these 2 chromosomes, and some chromosomal material from the 21st chromosome replaces some of the genetic material on number 14, yielding a triplication of chromosome 21 material. It is possible for translocations to be inherited, so genetic testing becomes very important if either parent may be a carrier. The remaining less than 1% of Down syndrome cases result from mosaicism. In mosaicism, there is a mixture of cell lines, meaning that some cell types have a normal set of chromosomes, while others have a trisomy of number 21. In all 3 cases, the extra set of genes on the extra chromosomal material leads to overexpression of the specific genes and increased productions of the products these genes produce. There are many genes linked to the chromosomes involved in Down syndrome that result in a wide variety of effects and conditions for an affected individual. These effects include decreased function of the immune system, heart defects, skeletal abnormalities, and mental retardation. These wide-ranging effects associated with Down syndrome yield the familiar physical and mental symptoms. Although each case of Down syndrome is unique, and individuals may possess all, some, or none of these characteristics in varying degrees, the most common physical characteristics are low muscle tone, small stature, upward slant to the eyes, and a single deep crease along the center of the palm. Mentally, all individuals with Down syndrome experience cognitive delays, which vary from mild to moderate. Some symptoms, including congenital heart defects, respiratory and hearing problems, and thyroid conditions, have the potential to be very dangerous. However, many are treatable with today's modern technologies, allowing Down syndrome individuals to lead healthier, longer, and more productive lives. The average lifespan for someone with Down syndrome is 60 years, a huge increase from the 25-year life expectancy of a Down syndrome individual living in 1983. Today, over 400,000 individuals living in the United States have Down syndrome, making it the most commonly recurring chromosomal condition, affecting 1 in every 733 babies born in the U.S. Traditionally, the chances of giving birth to a baby with Down syndrome increases as the age of the mother increases. However, given the higher fertility rates in the United States today, 80% of children born with Down syndrome are born to women under the age of 35. It affects all races and all economic levels. Current research is being conducted to help further identify the genes on chromosome 21 that cause the many traits associated with Down syndrome. For now, a good education, a stimulating environment with an abundance of positive support, and good health care are all viable solutions. That is where the Friendship Home comes in. In 1999, Wilma Goodhue and Joan Malaire, both mothers of adult children with mental disabilities, founded the Friendship Club, a place where families and their children who have developmental disabilities in southeastern Massachusetts can have opportunities to build friendships, develop skills, and be active participants in their communities. Over the past few years, my family and I have been fortunate enough to become involved in supporting the development of this wonderful organization that promotes a safe, nurturing environment for the kids and their families. Over the past 10 years, Friendship Club has grown by leaps and bounds, and this past fall they broke ground on the Home with a Heart. Friendship Home is a haven for parents who sometimes need a much-needed break from the full-time job of taking care of their adolescent and adult-aged children. It is a social opportunity for the kids to enjoy each other's company and make new friendships. It is a project to bring together community members, business owners, families, and friends to sponsor projects, events, and activities that bring awareness to Down syndrome. These kids put a face, a name, and a personality to Down syndrome. But more importantly, they bring hope. Hope for research, for cures, and for opportunities to live life to the fullest for these amazing individuals afflicted with Down syndrome.